guys, I hope that this angle isn't too awkward and the lighting and sound is okay. My tripod broke about a week ago and I have been waiting for forever, it feels like, for my new one to come in. It's been on back order and it's just been so aggravating, but I'm just working with what I got. I have you guys propped up on a spray paint bottle, and this is pretty much the only place I could really do it at, so hopefully it's okay. But I just wanted to say thank you for clicking on another one of my What's for Dinner videos, and that this week I am collabing with Vanessa from Lemonade Mom. I'm sure that a lot of you guys already know who she is. She has a pretty large following here on YouTube, but in case you don't, she has a lot of food related content. She does epic hauls and she has vlogs and so many other things. And then recently she started doing the What's for Dinner videos, and I would love for you guys to go show her some love and support. I know on her last video she shared some keto and low carb options. I know a lot of people are really into that these days, so go and check her out. There will be a link to her channel and her video down below in my description box. So now I'm going to take you guys along with me over this past week and show you what I had cooking. Hey guys, it is Monday night. We have had a really busy day, so we're all pretty tired. So that means we are having a simple dinner, and this is something that all four of us is really going to enjoy, and that is homemade pizza. So I'm going to be doing it a bit different. So for the pizza dough, I'm actually going to be using one of these frozen bread loaves by Rhodes. I've had this thawing for several hours on the countertop. I just placed it in this bowl and sprayed it with a little bit of non-stick cooking spray, and then I loosely covered it with some cling wrap. So it is completely thawed out, but it didn't rise near as much as I thought it would. So this could be a complete fail, but we're gonna do it anyways. I also went ahead and shredded up some cheeses earlier today. This was just some open packages of cheese in my fridge that needed to be used. So we have some sharp cheddar, mozzarella, and Monterey Jack. I'm also going to be whipping up a quick little pizza sauce. I have never done it this way before, but it seems super simple, so I can at least try it once. So all that is some tomato sauce, some paprika, sugar, garlic salt, onion powder, black pepper, basil, and oregano. I'm pretty sure I said everything, but as always, this recipe will be linked down in my description box. And then lastly, we're just going to be topping it with some pepperoni. So I'm just going to assemble this. I have my oven preheated to 450 degrees, and I will come back and let you know how long I baked it for. So I just pulled this out of the oven. I ended up baking it for 12 minutes. It did have these two huge bubbles, but they just now kind of collapsed. So that's why it looks like that. But now I'm just going to be taking some parsley and sprinkling it all over the top for some color. This pizza turned out so good. We really enjoyed the pizza sauce. It was really similar, if not better, than the ones that I buy in a jar from the store. And we love the pizza crust. It tasted just like the ones that I make from scratch. So I would highly recommend using the bread dough. And then I just served it with some raw and crunchy cauliflower on the side with some ranch for dipping. On Tuesday, we had breakfast for dinner. So I made some breakfast pizzas. Here, I'm just browning up half a pound of breakfast sausage. I actually only ended up using about half of this amount, but I still recommend using at least half a pound because you are going to need the grease that cooks out of the sausage to make the gravy here in a little bit. So as you can see, the sausage is fully cooked through, so I'm just taking a slotted spoon and taking it out of the grease and removing it to a paper towel lined plate. And now I'm going to start on the gravy. So I had about 2 tablespoons of the sausage drippings left over, which was perfect. So I added 2 tablespoons of just plain all-purpose flour. And then I pulled out my whisk and I just stirred that around really well, making sure that there was no lumps remaining. And I just let that cook for several minutes until it turned this nice, deep, golden brown color. And I just started to slowly add in a cup of milk. I'm just using 2%, but feel free to use whatever you want. And then I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to whisk it around until all of the lumps are removed. I am cooking this over medium heat, and it's going to start boiling pretty quickly, which means it's going to start thickening pretty quickly. So once it gets to your desired consistency, you can start seasoning it. So I just added in some salt and lots of black pepper, and I'm just going to give that a final stir and take it off the heat and put it on the back burner, and it is ready. So meanwhile, while I was cooking that gravy, I was also scrambling up 4 eggs in my pan. So I'm going to set that to the side, and now I can start assembling the pizzas. So I just toasted up some of these Great Value English muffins, and I'm just going to first start by layering down some of that gravy. As you can see, it thickened up really nicely, so it was really easy to spread. And then I'm just going to layer on the eggs, then the sausage, and then I'm going to top it with some shredded cheese, and I'm going to pop it under my broiler for a couple of minutes. These were so good. The gravy totally made these, and I already know I'm going to be making these for years and years to come. They are perfect for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It doesn't matter. You guys just need to try these. And I just served it with a cup of freshly cut pineapple. Tonight I'm making a creamy garlic Parmesan pasta. So I was at Home Goods the other day and I found this really fun pasta with all these different shapes and colors, and I knew that the kids would love it. And I also knew that I wanted to make a meatless meal out of it as soon as I saw it, because I want it to kind of be like the star of the show. So for the other ingredients, I have just chopped up 1 head of broccoli. Also have some salt and pepper and some dried parsley to garnish. I have 3 cups of chicken stock. That's what I'm going to be cooking the broccoli and pasta in. I'm only going to use half of this bag, by the way. Also, I have some olive oil, 3 tablespoons of butter. I have crushed up 5 cloves of garlic. I'll also be using 1 cup of half and half. And then I also have about a cup of freshly shredded Parmesan cheese. So I'm just going to get all this cooked together. I let the pasta sit off of the heat for about 15 minutes before I went to serve it. That way the noodles could kind of absorb some of that liquid because it was a little on the runny side. But here it is. How pretty is it? I topped it with some parsley and we really enjoyed it. The kids especially, they're not even broccoli fans. I just chopped theirs up into smaller pieces and they didn't seem to mind, and they both ate huge portions of it. On Thursday, I made the Pioneer Woman's Dinner Nachos. So I just started off by browning up 1 pound of ground beef. Then I drained off all the fat, Added in 1 can of pinto beans that I drained and rinsed, and then I added in my seasoning. So we have some cumin, chili powder, paprika, salt, pepper, and onion powder. Also added in a 1/4 cup of hot water and stirred that around. I thought that it looked like it needed more seasoning, so I gave it a little taste test, and it was definitely a little on the bland side. So luckily I had a half a package of taco seasoning laying around, so I just threw that on in, and it was ready. So to my plate, I'm just laying down some tortilla chips. I am making Josh's plate here. I'm making it more manly and meaty. So here I'm just layering down a good amount of that beef and bean mixture. Then I'm going to be taking some Monterey Jack shredded cheese and putting that all over the top. Now I'm going to add on another layer and just do the exact same thing. So some more tortilla chips, another good hefty scoop of that beef and bean mixture, and then lastly just some more Monterey Jack cheese. And I just popped that in my microwave for about a minute, and here is what it looked like when it was done. How yummy does that look? So here is my plate. Mine is pretty hefty too, but I didn't do a double layer on mine. I did top it with some dried cilantro since that's what I had on hand, and I just have some guacamole and sour cream on the side for dipping. These were delicious. It is Friday, and we are having chicken sandwiches tonight. So for the chicken, I just have 4 thin sliced pieces of chicken breast, and they have been marinating in the fridge for several hours in this Lawry's teriyaki with pineapple juice marinade. I have never tried this before, but I thought it sounded pretty good. I was hoping that I could grill these out, but we still don't have our gas tank refilled on the grill, so I'm just going to cook these over the stovetop. I just have some olive oil heating up in my pan, and I'm just going to cook these for a few minutes on each side. I served it on hamburger buns and topped it with some mayo, tomatoes, and lettuce. This was definitely a winner chicken dinner. That marinade was so good. I would definitely use that again. It made it so flavorful, and it was perfect on that sandwich. And I just served it with some of the Arby's curly fries that I cooked in my air fryer. This was my kind of healthier version of takeout at home. On Saturday, we went to Kings Island and had the best day ever. The kids had pizza and garlic breadsticks for dinner, but Josh and I were way too hot at that moment to even think about eating. But a few hours later on our drive home, we stopped at Popeyes, so I got their red beans and rice, their spicy chicken tenders with their blackened ranch, and a biscuit. Oh my gosh, guys, it was so good. Popeyes is definitely one of my favorite fast food restaurants. On Sunday, I just popped a freezer meal in the oven. So if you guys remember a few weeks back, I made that cracked out chicken tater tot casserole, and I froze half of it, so that's what this is. I completely forgot to fill my plate after I served it up. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to have to really slow down this clip so I can get in everything that I want to say. But this turned out so amazing. It tasted exactly like it did the day that I prepared it, which makes me really want to get into prepping freezer meals. So if any of you guys will be interested in a video like that, definitely let me know down in the comments. But this was perfect after a long and busy, crazy week. I just loved it. So, but anyway, that is going to wrap up this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, this is a collab with Vanessa, so go and check out her video. And if you are over here from her channel, I hope that you'll stick around and subscribe. I would love to have you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.